How to combat COPPA. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. Today, coming to you live from Tracy, California. That's right, we're driving. We've driven all the way down south to Tracy, California to visit my family for the Thanksgiving holiday. Had to come down a little bit earlier than usual, as I was talking about last night. And what we ended up doing is we're camped out with my family right now, and we are but I wanted to come to you and talk to you a little bit about YouTube and about something that's happening over there and how it relates back to your business, whether you're on YouTube or not. Okay, let me just lay the scenario down if you aren't aware. There's this thing called COPPA, which is the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. I believe that's what it is. This is an older act. It's been around for a while, but the FTC, I believe, is the ones that are changing how they enforce a lot of these things, and they're enforcing with a lot of new fines and so forth. YouTube is trying to get ahead of the game and kind of take control of this before they get to the point to where they're being fined heavily or held responsible for the content on their platform. So what they're doing is they're asking every video creator out there, anybody that's putting out any forms of videos on YouTube, to be able to label their stuff of whether it is made for children or not for children. And the stuff that is made for children is going to need to be have to make sure it covers everything that is available on COPPA. This is, of course, within the United States. So if you're outside the United States, I'm not sure how YouTube is treating you, but within the United States, this is for sure something that they are paying attention to, and they are holding everybody responsible. Now, I want you to, if you get a chance, if you're interested in this type of thing, go and watch the video that I've linked here, the YouTube link that's in the description, and it'll give you a concept of what some of the chaos that is compounding out there. People very worried because what happens when you have content that isn't specifically made for children, but at the same time children can watch it. There's nothing wrong with children watching it. Are you still under the same rules? You know, it's this very vague thing and everything. So it's caused all this chaos and people worried about losing their YouTube channels forever or losing the income, because a lot of this stuff is tied to income and how much money that you can make and what the ads are that come forth in front of children. I mean, it's this big tangled mess. I don't know the details, all the details. I've heard enough to know that it's a huge mess. Who are the people that are most hurt? And the video that is linked below is to a YouTube channel called Fresh Baked, and they were originally called Fresh Baked Disney. And the whole concept, this guy started by just taking a camera around Disneyland and filming his trips there and filming his ride-alongs and everything else, and built this huge following. And it's mainly been through YouTube. Most of his stuff comes through YouTube. His income comes through YouTube, and he has this huge following, all controlled on the YouTube platform. Here's the problem. Here's the problem that you got to watch for, and it has nothing to do with COPPA, although COPPA is a symptom of the problem. The problem is when you are too dependent on any one platform, whether that be YouTube, Facebook, any of the social medias, even if you're dependent on a specific platform just for your website, and that's the only way that you're getting new people. If you're dependent on Google, if you're dependent on, okay, so that's just the online side of things. If you're dependent offline on the Yellow Pages, for example, is one of those things that's been dying off pretty quickly over the last 10, 15 years here. And a lot of these companies that were completely dependent on their Yellow Page ad, they did no other advertising, are now having to find other ways of being able to get connections with people on a local basis. So it doesn't matter who you are. Never be dependent on one media source. You need media independence. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't be on all those sources. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't have a YouTube channel. You should. The problem is you should not be dependent on it. You shouldn't be dependent on it for a majority of your money. You have to spread it out. Whenever you become dependent in any one place, you need to step back and say, okay, how can I diversify where I'm reaching people, how I'm reaching people, how I'm marketing to people. So that's just a quick tip. That's how you beat COPPA. If you want to beat COPPA, get away from YouTube. Don't take yourself off of YouTube, but make yourself independent from YouTube. Make it to where you could be found in other places. Make it to where you could be found in other formats. It's easier said than done, but if you realize this early on, then you won't get caught with some government intrusion or some corporate takeover that completely changes a platform that you've been dependent on up till now. Hopefully you found this interesting. Hopefully you found it useful. Hey, go check out brianjpombo.com, and if you are in the self-reliance field, which are the people that I'm really working on helping right now, been having some great conversations with them over on my podcast at offthegridbiz.com. It's the Off the Grid Biz podcast. You can also find that wherever podcasts are found. And if you are a business owner or an executive in the self-reliance field, go to dreambizchat.com. Dreambizchat.com is all about the dream business transformation. There's a quick video there. Go and watch it and tell me what you think. Leave a comment or fill out the application over on that page. Hey, that's all I got for tonight. Hope you have a great night, a wonderful Thanksgiving. We'll be catching you in the future days. Day after day, I keep coming back. So we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Get out there and let the magic happen.